What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Today I'm going to go over a couple little details to get the car ready for paint. Last week finished up all the sanding and scuffing. I'm going to pretty much take all the plastic and the tape off the car today. I'm going to go over all the little chips with some glazing and spot putty. The link for this will be in the description. Bondo makes this. So I'm going to go over and fill all the little chips in there. Another thing I decided to do is that I'm going to pull off all the weather stripping, back window, the top, and the doors. It's really old and cracked. It needs to be replaced anyway. A lot of it comes really close to paint, like right by the door, where if I did paint it and left it on there, odds are down the line when I pull it off, it may mess up the paint, and this will just make it look that much better. So I'm gonna pull all that up today, and then I'm gonna have to go in and scuff all those areas around where the weather strip is and make sure that's all ready for paint too. So just little details like that, and we're almost there, ready to mask this thing up and then get it in the paint booth. This week's video is brought to you by weatherstripping.com. Shop our site for Corvette performance parts. We now have our new D.I.Y Cat Delete pipes back in stock, our new test pipes, and we now have a new version of our hose kit available. This is for 88 to 91. This includes a fitting that you can hook your hose directly up to the hose that's on your car on the firewall. So check out the link in the description or visit weatherstripping.com. I just want to show you what I meant, how close that weather strip is in here. As you can see, there's actually primer overspray on it, but it comes really close there. But by lifting this up like this, we'll be able to get the paint to sit right down in there nice, and then we'll put the new stuff right down on top. So we can pull all this up. You can just see like all down in here, which we're going to paint all the way up to this piece in here. So this is all going to come up, and then we're going to pull the roof off, and this is mainly what I was concerned about, was right in here. So if we would paint up to this line here and tape this off, it would be really tight. So if I pulled this off eventually, it would just have a line, and you see that every time you get in the car, you'd see the paint peeling away here. So pop the roof off and start peeling this stuff up. All right, now with the top off, you can see the condition of this stuff here. It's bad. It's probably the original stuff as well. But imagine blowing with your paint gun and this little piece just breaking off, going all over your paint. So that's another reason why I want to take it off too. So starting over here, there's a little push retainer. I have this little pry tool. I'm going to go underneath behind it, pop that out, and then we'll just peel all this stuff up. A lot of this is kind of glued on too, so I'm gonna have to kind of get behind it and scrape it off. So this is a kind of a better shot of what you're trying to do as you remove this. you're trying to remove this piece here that's up in this channel in there. So I ended up peeling this out like that, and then same thing on the other side, but it's glued in pretty tight on the other side there. So my driver's side piece was just glued in so tight, just every piece. So I got to go in there and get all the stuff out. But if you look in here, there's a Phillips head there, and one up here. And this is the piece that I'm going to take off. But when I get the new weather strip, it'll go and it'll clip in that channel piece there. So once that's out, there's another one right back there. And then there's the Phillips head on that too. So I'm just gonna pry all this out, and I'm gonna have to just go in here and with a flathead and just dig out all this stuck weather strip. So this top piece here, I ended up prying back all the weather strip. As you can see, it's just completely deteriorated. And I took all the screws out, and then I just gently kind of pried up on it. And I'm gonna pull it off this way, and then just take this over on the bench and scrape everything out of here. It might be easier that way in general than trying to dig everything out with it on the car. Top here, there's like a 7mm screw holding this in, and all this top piece up here is glued in. That's why it's still stuck on here. But for the rest of it, as you can see, I popped it down. They're just these little push clips in here, and you can just kind of pull it out from there, and then come along with a pair of side cutters and just grab them and pop them out like that, and do that all the way around. And the same thing on the other side at the top. There's a 7mm screw, and then all this piece, it's just kind of stuck and glued in. And I've just been getting my flathead and just gently just kind of pushing up. Peeling all that off like that. It takes a while to get all this off because it's just heavily glued on here. But just take your time and just kind of go gently with it. Now I'm going to go around and fill up some of these little chips and pinholes here. So glazing putty, spot putty, I have a small applicator and like a piece of cardboard here. So I'm just going to put a little on here. Like that. And I'll let that dry, and then I'll hit that with 400 to sand that down flat. It's gonna go hit every little spot all the way around the car. All right, now that this is dry, got my soft block here and 400, and I'm just gonna sand all this down. All right, so the tent is officially empty, so now it's time to wash the car, get it cleaned up, get it masked off, and get it in the booth. But we'll get to all that next week. So if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. Thanks for watching.